Pay attention to the story. When we talk about mandatory paternity tests, this is why I'm a big advocate for mandatory paternity testing.
My wife passed away and left me with 2 children, but I just found out through DNA that they are not my children. I am 36 years old. Please advise me what y'all think he should do.
So, obviously, how the joke finishes that he's going to be dropping them off and then leaving like a you-know-what. So, I want you guys to look at the comment section of this. This is why I brought this up. I want you to take a look at the comment section. You're going to see such a mixed reaction from the man and the woman. But it's going to be, people going to say, oh, a lot of women are going to be saying still take care of. No, it's going to be a whole lot of men in the comment section say, oh, no, you still got to take care of them. This is why I wanted to show you this video right here. So right here, already the 4th comment, it says, raise the children. The children are innocent. And you see a woman here, the true test of a man's character. Those kids didn't ask to be born, and you are now all they know and have as a parent. I say raise them as if you never knew. But if you're not going to be good to them, then seek help from her family. I'm telling you guys, I like how there are a lot of comments that do say, nah, they out of here. But you see, the shaming language does not stop. Even when the man was betrayed, they're still making him the bad guy. See, look at this guy. Right? It makes me sick to think or hear males speak on children like this. Those children were lied to, and this lied to too. And this also means you have known these kids since birth. You are all they know, and to know someone will leave them after the loss of their mother just makes me sad. Sad for him because the pain must be so real, but sad is for those children. Blah 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 blah. As soon as she said, "I'm sad for the children," no, women don't care about children. They just care about money and attention. Drop them kids off of one of her relatives, mom, dad. So you see, the sensible answer for anybody with a working brain is drop them off with a relative. I'm not just going to throw them in an orphanage. I'll just drop them off with a relative. And if they don't want to take them, well, to the orphanage they go. I would just say you're going to take them or the orphanage is going to take them. I'm not going to take them because those kids are not mine. That would be me. That would be me. Drop them off to the grandma's house or their relative. And I would literally say, this is not my responsibility no more. Or I'll just drop them off to the relatives and then just leave without a trace. And then you can just call me a deadbeat. I don't care. Let me see. Let me see. Take them as your own. Blessings come in disguise. What, bruh? And this is a woman saying this too. Oh my God. He said, no way in hell. Where's grandma? Damn. He said, drop them off at the grave. Now that's cold-blooded. That is cold-blooded. But like I said, let me tell you something, man. The comments, because I could have kept scrolling, but just in terms of time purposes, I'm not going to continue to do that. If you guys saw these comments, because it's way more like that. When I saw those comments, I was scared. I was like, you know what? We need mandatory paternity testing. And I was just like, because the shaming language doesn't stop. It doesn't just stop with the other stuff. It just doesn't stop. It's clear to me. Like, okay, I saw that. I was just like, every man needs to get their child tested. For I don't care. I don't care if they don't do mandatory or not. In America, it's not illegal to ask for paternity tests. Every kid that you have, you must have them tested. You have to, because the way they were justifying it makes absolutely zero sense for them to shame a man to leave the kids that are not his in the first place. I always say this. There are 3 things that women hate. 3 things. Average men, women that are younger than them, and paternity tests. Paternity tests. I remember Lloyd Banks dropped this cold ass line, and I think in the Talib Kweli remix, the G Unit remix. You heard of 50 Cent? You heard of G Unit? Y'all never heard that? Man, I was a big G Unit fan growing up. Anyways, I remember Lloyd Banks, man, had this line. He said, I forgot how it went, but the line was killer. He was just like, you ain't gotta like me. That's cool. I don't give a blah, 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 blah. Fuck kids. It ain't my turn to be stressed. A bitch worst nightmare is a paternity test. That is the coldest, one of the coldest lines I ever heard on a feature. That is one of the coldest lines I ever heard, boy. I forgot when that actually dropped, but I remember listening to it for the first time. It didn't drop in 2009, obviously, but that was the first time I heard of that remix for some reason. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, this is cold. This is cold. This is cold. I was like, ooh. And me at the time when I was a kid, I was just like, because I was a big fan of like the Maury show. I would cheer when they found out that the dad's not the kid. I would cheer on the dad, right? But the older I get, that line is real as hell. Fuck kids. It ain't my turn to be stressed. A bitch worst nightmare is a paternity test. Facts. Because if you look at the Kirk Franklin situation, because people keep talking about a girl's or a woman's worst nightmare is taking accountability. Guys, women are never going to take accountability. That's like, it's never going to happen. This is why when I say because you just got to observe yourself and then learn to walk away from the situation. That's what you got to do as a man, right? When it comes to dealing with women, especially even in your family, if they're doing some fuck shit, then you got to step away from them. You know what I'm saying? The Kirk Franklin situation, the mom was a little, he gives the DNA test and he's like, is there something that you would like to say? She swore on her own mother's grave that it was wrong. They're not. And then they do the test again. DNA test comes back. That man that you said that wasn't my father, like, this is my actual father. They were literally like, and even her sister was like, look, Kirk just wants the truth. And she still couldn't, she still didn't admit it. She just started crying. And then she said, is this going to put a wedge between us? Meaning are you going to stop taking care of me financially? They're not going to take accountability. All you could do is put certain things where they just can't escape it, because she thinks she escaped, but she didn't. It's right there in front of her. Everybody knows this girl's a hoe now. This is why I love paternity tests. This is why I love observing them when they talk about women that are younger than them, and when it comes to dealing with the average man. All you got to do is observe, and everything that you need to see will be right in front of you. That's how it works. That's how it works. You know what I mean? So that's why I always say the three things. Average men, see how she talks about a dude that she's taller than, or say if she finds out a guy's just a plumber, right? And he's going to make this certain wage. See how she treats that guy versus how she treats a guy that she thinks that's above her, above a guy that she has no interest in. See how she treats that person. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about her. Number two, women that are younger than her, right? How does she talk about them? What does she tell them? What advice does she give them? Does she sabotage them? Does she talk shit about them? Does she talk shit about men that date younger women? It tells you everything you need to know. Because especially the women that talk the most ish about men dating younger women, they were that same girl and they were not doing none of the complaining. Especially the girls that were in high school dating these drug dealers that was like 26. Don't even get me started on that topic. And number three, paternity tests. If she's arguing about, if you say take the paternity test and she gives you pushback, that tells you everything you need to know about her. A woman that's arguing against paternity testing, or say if they say mandatory paternity testing is going to be dropped and she's having a problem with it, that's a woman with something to hide. I always bring up this story about this girl, this so-called openly sexual girl, open-minded girl, and blah, 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 blah. And then the subject came. I was like, okay, I'll give you that. You're in an open relationship with your boyfriend. You can have at it. What do you think about mandatory paternity testing? Oh, no, I don't. She basically gave all these reasons why she wants nothing to do with that. They're not open. They know what that is. That is accountability. You're not going to actually look for, accountability is a woman's kryptonite. No. When you give that the mandatory paternity test, that's accountability. That's the weakness. You're not actually going to get accountability. That right there is. That tells you, that right there really should be, that's the litmus test, in my opinion. Mandatory paternity test. That's the litmus test. That's the litmus test. You'll see what kind of girl you got. You'll see what kind of girl you got if she has a problem with that. That's why I wanted to show you that.